In the last XM training video, we covered the Spark settings for workspaces. And in this training, we will look into domain settings. And if you prefer reading about this, have a look in the description. I put the link to Reitz's blog there. He describes everything I explain in this video in a really good article. So what are domains? Let's start with the basics. Like, what is it and where can I find it? In Microsoft Fabric, a domain is a way to logically group all the data in an organization that's relevant to a specific group or department. And that makes it easier for all these different business units or departments to manage their data according to their own regulations, restrictions, and their unique needs. So, for example, you may have different domains for finance, HR, operations, like they all would have their own domain. And by associating workspaces with these domains, you make sure that all these workspaces inherit the domain's attributes as part of the metadata. So let's have a look into this. We open Fabric and I will show you where you can find the domains and how you can configure them and all these kind of things. We are opening Fabric and I went to Settings and Admin Portal. And in the Admin Portal, at the left side, you see Domains. And if you click on Domains, in my case, there are already 3 domains there: Human Resource, Finance, and Operations. When you haven't created any domains, this will be empty. But you see at the top, you have this button, Create New Domain. And it's really easy to create a new domain. You click on it and you give it a name, Support, and then we click on Create. And now we see that support was created. I didn't select an admin. I could have put in an admin there. So the support is created. And now if we click on the 3 dots, we can open the menu and go to the settings. And what can we see there? We can see the general settings where we can put in a name and a description. We can use or add an image, and then we can add domain admins and domain contributors. And there we also have an option for default domain. So what does this mean? You have different roles here that can be assigned. The one we have at the moment is Fabric Administrator, because I'm the administrator of that account. This is the most powerful role. You can create, change, delete, whatever you like in these domains. It's also a role you don't want to give the average business user or user in general, because you can create, change, and delete stuff. Here we see this domain admin and domain contributor. So what is the difference there? The domain admin, they can only manage the specific domain they're assigned to. So I could assign someone to one of these domains. They cannot delete the domain. So that's important. They can also not add other admins there. So this is a really good role for department level admins. And then, of course, we also have the contributor. They can assign workspace to the domain and also change the assignment of a specific workspace. They don't have access to this tab where we are at the moment, so that's important to know. They can operate from the workspace where they have access to. I will show you this a little bit later on. And then we also have the option default domain. And what is default domain? You can assign or you can set a default domain for new workspaces, which means if we would select, for example, finance, and any new workspace that would be created by users or security groups listed will automatically be assigned to the finance domain. So it is the default that will be chosen in that case. And if you use this option, default domain, all the users will also be made the domain contributors, allowing them to manage the domain assignment of their own workspace. So these are the 3 roles. We have the Fabric Administrator, who can do everything, the domain admin, who can manage the specific domain they're assigned to, and the domain contributors, who can make some changes in the assignment of a workspace. We can see we have our domains here. And if I click on, for example, support, currently this is empty because there's no workspace assigned. But I could add also a new subdomain. And subdomains are just an extra layer of organizations to your domain structure. And it's really easy. You click on new subdomain and we have support. And now we have a new subdomain here. And if we click on this, you can also assign workspaces to these subdomains. So why would we do this? This helps to break down like these large domains into more manageable sections. So like I said before, not everyone can see these settings here, but you can change some of the domain settings from the workspace. If I go to my workspace, the DP-700, and I click on workspace settings, here in general, I see domain here at the bottom. And I can now assign a domain to it. And if there's a subdomain, I can also see it here. So I would like to make this the finance domain. And now I have assigned the workspace DP-700 to the finance domain. And now if I click on my workspaces, you can see that a new symbol was added. And if I hover over it, I can see this workspace is part of the finance domain. So in a nutshell, this is how you can configure these domain settings in Fabric. It's quite easy. If you're a Fabric administrator or domain admin, you can go to the settings in the admin portal and click on domain. And from there, as Fabric administrator, you can see everything. Domain admin can only see the domains that they are assigned to. And there you can make some changes, of course, and create these domains and subdomains. So not that difficult, but you need to know where you need to find that stuff and where you need to look. So I hope this helped you, and let me know if you need any additional guidance. And like I said before, you can always also read the article that Reitze wrote about this. He also has some great screenshots in there. So I hope you enjoy the content.